All right. Hello, everybody. I am live ranking lesbian Christmas movies today. It's that time of the year, the time of the year where you stress out for the next 20, 25 days about did you get all the Christmas shopping you need done? I think about it. I spend a lot of time thinking and worrying and being like, Amanda, go ahead and get that shopping done, and I don't often do it. Hey, shout out Rosie, shout out patron Lori. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to get started with a poll right away. Lori, to answer your question, we are ranking 7 movies today, 7 lesbian Christmas movies, but 3 honorable mentions. So not as many as I wish, but still more. Hey, Virginia, how's it going? Okay, let me get this poll going. I'm just curious who has started watching Christmas movies. It's December 1st. It's like I don't know, December 1st feels like the kind of a marked start. But some people start right after Christmas. Not me. We haven't put up our tree yet either or any decorations. We are slacking this year, but I think we're going to do it this weekend. But I'm excited to come on to this live stream and talk about lesbian Christmas movies. Lesbian! That one up top is there. That was that for you, Rosie. Now, okay, where did I get these rankings? These are my own personal rankings. I did check out a few blog posts where they ranked lesbian Christmas movies, but they were pretty hit or miss. Like a lot of the lists included Thanksgiving movies, and I guess this yes, Thanksgiving is a holiday, but the blog posts were like specifically Christmas blog posts, and so I was very surprised to find American Thanksgiving movies listed on some of these blog posts. Oh, that's awesome, Lori, that you and your wife spend time watching Christmas movies. Of course, Ro and I will definitely be watching some of the movies on this list, like cuddling. Maybe we're going to my sister's for Christmas this year. I'm thinking I should force my sister and brother-in-law to watch one of these movies. So I'm wondering, I'm going to keep in the back of my mind the whole like, which movie should I force my straight sister and brother-in-law to watch when Ro and I go visit them for Christmas? Anyone in the comments, if you have a suggestion, let me know. But yes, we are ranking Christmas lesbian movies. Now, I decided to come up with my own list, like I said, because there wasn't a lot of other lists out there. We are reaching a point where we have several lesbian Christmas movies. I wouldn't call it a lot. Like I said at the beginning, Lori was asking how many lesbian Christmas movies are there? Patron Lori, shout out. And there's probably that I'm aware of. I mean, there's definitely 12, 13. There's probably international lesbian Christmas movies I'm not aware of, but it still seems like a short list. It seems like just in the last few years, we've been getting more and more Christmas movies that include gay couples or queer couples. Rosie's already talking about Carol. Of course, Carol will make an appearance on this list. Spoiler alert. Carol, I think, is Carol the most well-known lesbian Christmas movie? Is that maybe I kind of want to put that poll up. I know that I already put a poll up about who's watching Christmas movies. Right now, 70% already are. 71% of you are already watching Christmas movies. That's a pretty so like right away after Thanksgiving you started. Like that's pretty I feel like some people like Christmas all year round. And that's pretty interesting. Like watching Christmas movies in July. I know people do that. Virginia's recommending Happiest Season. That is another movie that I'm pretty sure is going to make an appearance on this list. I do hope there are some movies on this list that you will be able to watch that are new. My wife, before I got on the stream, she was asking me about my list and asking me about new Christmas movies. And frankly, I haven't seen a ton of rumblings about whether Lifetime or Hallmark are going to be giving us more cheesy queer Christmas movies. If they do, which I remember last year I was reviewing movies and there would not be a lot of promotion for them because a lot of these have low budgets. And so, whenever you see something, if you want me to review it over the next month or just whenever, hit me up in the comments, or you can hit me up on any of the social medias that I'm on and let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be keeping my eyes open. I will for sure be reviewing something new this year. There's some honorable mentions I'm going to talk about at the end of the live stream. And so, at least if I don't see anything new, I will at least review one of those honorable mentions or one of the movies that I haven't reviewed before on my channel. Genevieve, what up? Genevieve. Okay, Genevieve is telling us that Carol is her favorite Christmas movie. I think there's going to be a lot of Carol fans here today. I have a feeling. Okay, so let's get back to the list. And I did want to talk about, since it's my personal list, that my criteria for the list was kind of twofold. And it was, how entertaining is it? And also rewatchability. How likely am I to rewatch these movies? And Christmas movies should be pretty rewatchable, right? All of our favorite Christmas movies. I mean, my sister and I, we used to watch the same Christmas movies year after year after year. So that's my criteria. Is it, how entertaining is it? And would you rewatch it? It would probably be hard to do a list just off of quality alone. So many of these movies that I'm about to talk about are filmed Lifetime style, or are literally a Lifetime movie, or Fortello, or a smaller platform where you can just tell the budget was like maybe closer to what a middle class weddings budget would be, like less close to a Hollywood blockbuster. Do I want more high quality lesbian movies? Yes, absolutely. I would love if we got another Happiest season. I would love if we got some, big studio where they're putting some like money into it and they're hiring really great actors and the script is punched up and really high quality. I would love more of that. But until then, I will be recommending these very fun, heartwarming movies, right? We all, not all of us, but I feel like the average queer person, we did not grow up watching holiday movies with queer couples. Maybe there would be like a C storyline about a queer character, but they certainly wouldn't show like a love story. And now that, times are, progress has been made, we're getting more and more movies. But like I said, beggars can't be choosers. We still need more. But today I'm here to embrace the gay Christmas spirit, and let's just get this list going. Okay, let's get it going. Now, the first movie on our list is, it's going to be on a lot of blog lists that you will see, and that is A New York Christmas Wedding. This is a movie that came out a few years ago. I did review this movie, and I did not give it a very positive review, which is why it's at the bottom of my list. Now, this movie is recommended by a lot of people because it's very diverse, and it's a Netflix movie. And Virginia's saying Stupid Wife is supposed to have a Christmas episode, or a Christmas special. So Stupid Wife, that's like a show that has taken over Women Loving Women internet. I feel like that's I know Laylop has been reviewing it. I think I definitely need to dive into Stupid Wife. It's time. And the fact that they have a Christmas special, that's really tempting me. I need to get on the Stupid Wife train. I'm already on the Warrior Nun train. Choo choo. Also been on the L Word train, as you all know. That show is freaking crazy. But I'm loving the Tibbet footage that we're getting. So interesting, Stupid Wife. Now back to a New York Christmas wedding. A New York Christmas wedding. Let's see. Wow. What for anybody who's never seen a New York Christmas wedding, it's I know it's supposed to be cheesy, but I just have to say Slate magazine referred to it as quote a wild, howlingly bad queer holiday movie for the ages. The plot follows lead Jennifer, who's about to get married, and as her Christmas Eve wedding draws near, she is visited by an angel and shown what could have been if she hadn't denied her true feelings for her childhood best friend. I feel like this is maybe the lesbian version of A Christmas Carol. I don't know. It's pretty bad. Again, that's why it's at the bottom of my list. But I struggle to get these words out of my mouth, but I don't think it's like wrong to watch this movie. I wouldn't like slap you across your face if you were like, let's watch this movie. I would probably even enjoy it if I had the right amount of cocktails in me. Like just because again, it is very gay and it is such a wild, crazy, fantastical ride where there's like an alternate universe with all these alternate things going on. And if you buckle down and you're like, I am prepared for this insane, makes no sense ride, I think that it could be a treat. I think it could be, I would watch this movie again. Now, I might not watch it before all the other movies I'm about to talk about. It might be the last one I rewatch, but I would watch it again. Has anyone in the chat seen this? A New York Christmas Wedding? Like I said, it ends up on a lot of lists, and sometimes I see it ranked like fairly high. I don't know if they're ranking it high because of representation, which is important, but or if there's more people that are like genuinely into it. Becky hasn't seen it. It should be available on Netflix to watch. So that is one to check out. And like I said, I warned you. Let's go ahead and get to our next one. So this is number 6. This is a newer movie I'm guessing a lot of you haven't heard of called Holiday Help Desk. It's a short film. And, you know, I have mixed feelings about holiday short films, but Holiday Help Desk was giving me You've Got Mail vibes, which is a classic rom-com. I'm aging myself here, but the idea is that you are connecting with a total stranger without even meeting them first, just hearing their voice. And I am a little bit of a sucker for that kind of romance. I mean, aren't we all? Hello. I feel like lesbian relationships and long distance relationships are basically like synonymous. They've like metamorphed into one thing now. Like so many lesbian relationships are long distance relationships. So anyways, the idea that you might not have a lot of personal contact with your significant other, I think could be appealing, although that's not exactly what's going on here. The plot of the movie is, two ladies who work for the same large company. I assume it's a large company if they don't know each other. And it's Christmas Eve. And Lauren is on the IT help desk. And this is very accurate to me. My best friend, Josh, he actually is an IT help guy and he works crazy hours. I would not be surprised if he was working Christmas Eve. But anyways, Christina is somebody who works for the company and also happens to be working on Christmas Eve. There is a little, I'm trying to talk about this without spoiling it, and it's a 15-minute movie, but there is a little bit of a ugh, when Christina calls the IT help desk because her Wi-Fi has gone down, I was like, couldn't they do something like a little better than she's lost Wi-Fi connection? Like, but maybe this is realistic. I should have brought Josh in to be a contact for whether that's true or not. Other than that, this couple does have chemistry, and for a 15-minute movie, I was invested in them after only watching for a few minutes. Also, they managed to squeeze a lot into just 15 minutes. I see, Virginia, that you have watched it. I don't know, is it just me? I feel like they got a lot into this short film. A lot of times short films I feel are just a snapshot, and this was different. It was definitely a snapshot, but it was also like a complete story in 15 minutes. I did end up paying to rent this. I don't know if that, is something that everybody is in we're all trying to save a little money so we can buy our loved ones gifts and things like that. And also it's just everything's expensive around Christmas. So, but it's, it was $2. It was, yeah, I don't know if it's worth the $2, but I watched it on Amazon Prime. So, Holiday Help Desk. Yeah, Holiday Help Desk, that was number 6. Let's get to our next movie. That's going to be the only short film on the list. I promise, no more short films. But how often do you come across a lesbian holiday short film? Not too often. Christmas at the Ranch. This one is pretty fun for me. I reviewed this last year, and I think I gave a mixed review, but mostly positive because it's like a lesbian Christmas movie. It's very hot cowgirls with horses and family love vibes. And my memory is a little fuzzy, but what more could you want than some warm cocoa and a couple of hot cowgirls and Christmas vibes? I do remember specifically being disappointed in the audio quality of this movie. I suspected they had corrupted files or something, because almost the whole movie seems like it's dubbed in post, which, as somebody who's obsessed with audio quality, that was interesting for me to get over. But I just remember Amanda Rigetti, who plays the lead, who I used to know her mostly from The Mentalist. She really stood out as far as her acting skills and as far as her hotness. Had Mindy at Hot Cowgirls. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know, Mindy. It's definitely worth, if you haven't seen this one, I would definitely consider watching this movie. And let me see where it's available. I believe I watched it on Tello. Yeah, so you might be able to find it on Roku now. I see it's available on Amazon, but I watched it on Tello last year, which as much as I give these Tello or low budget movies a hard time, you know what? It's also hell yeah, somebody's out there making content for us. Do you know how hard it is to make content? A whole movie? It is so much work. And we've got queer people out there who are independent filmmakers, and they're doing it for us. And so from that perspective, I do really appreciate some of these independent films that are portraying really loving, happy lesbian couples, and they're hot. The films always manage to find some hot ladies for their leads, which we can all appreciate. Okay. So, Christmas at the Ranch, I do recommend. Totally. Let's get to our next movie. And this one, I really am curious if people are going to give me a hard time for putting Carol not at the very top of my list. I'm going to end the poll about Christmas movies. I'm going to do a poll about Carol, because I really feel like the women loving women community loves Carol. So I'm gonna say, should Carol be at the top of my Christmas list? That's an easy one. We'll see how many Carol fans we have in here. But I know it's kind of hard because you may be a huge Carol fan, but not necessarily think it's like the best Christmas movie. Virginia, you haven't seen Carol? That's okay. That's okay. Carol is a great movie. Um, I am actually surprised there are people in the chat who have not seen Carol. I thought like every queer woman on the planet had seen it. What I think is curious is how much of what we love about Carol is just Kate Blanchett. Yeah, you know? Is it the script? Is it the couple we're into? Or is it Kate Blanchett playing a hot lesbian? The interesting thing for me too is that they they I remember her husband a lot, and I remember, like, it's got a lot of dark tones to it. Um, I'm seeing in the chat that Genevieve thought, like, maybe they could have done another movie from Carol's perspective. That would be really cool. That would be really interesting. Um So, yeah, Becky, you're in the right place. You're here for the Rex. By the way, all of these are in the description if you want to check out the full list and my rankings. Like I said, I'm ranking these from my least favorite to my most favorite according to how entertaining I think they are and their rewatchability. And we are on Carol, discussing Carol. Yeah, like I said, do we obsess over this movie as much if it's anyone other than Kate Blanchett? Now that Genevieve's mentioned the book, I really would love to read the book. And I'm wondering has anybody else in the chat read the book? That could be a nice Christmas read. What if I did a video on the book and compared the book to the movie? That could be a fun video. Y'all are giving me ideas here. Genevieve says Kate just elevates the movie. It's already outstanding without her. Okay, touche. Yes, Mindy will watch Kate Blanchett in any movie. Same. Same. And also, we love a nice Kate Blanchett lesbian role, don't we? Don't we? I feel like maybe it's not anymore, but probably like a year ago, lesbian TikTok was just Kate Blanchett and K-Stew videos. Just Kate Blanchett, mostly that one video of Kristen Stewart staring at Kate Blanchett's boobs. Does anybody else know what I'm talking about? Okay, so the book is titled The Price of Salt. Interesting. Okay. Patricia Highsmith. This is good to know. I'm bookmarking this. Okay, Rosie's watching Carol tonight. All right. So 75% of you think I should have Carol at the top of my list. I am going to keep going through it, and then I'm going to see if you still think that once we cruise to the end of the list. I think you're going to still think that, but we shall see. Let's get the next movie going on my Christmas list. The Christmas Lottery. I know a lot of you have not seen this movie, and it's not your fault. I believe right now, if you want to watch it for free, you can go to Amazon and sign up for a BET subscription. Otherwise, I think I watched this on Vudu, so it's available on Vudu too. And you know what? It's really weird on Vudu. They have it as a TV show, but it's a movie. So that's Vudu for you. Wow, the acting in this movie it's something. It is something. I But we've got Hallmark and Lifetime movies, so it's not all about the level of acting, right? It's also about other things. And I have to say, the lesbian couple in the Christmas lottery is really, really cute. And representation does matter. Most of this list has like suspect acting. So I'm putting this here. I really it's the plotline to the movie is a very fun classic Christmas movie plotline. It's three sisters coming home for Christmas under different circumstances. Well, sorry, one sister already lives at home. So two sisters coming home to their parents with all sorts of baggage going on. And really the formula for kids coming home for Christmas, unbeatable. I feel like classic Christmas formula. I literally was when I was like researching this list, like multiple plots involve kids coming home for Christmas on every like straight movies, queer movies. It's just a thing and it's a very effective formula. This movie also, I would say, rises above some of the Hallmark movies, some of the Lifetime movies in comedy. So the acting suspect at times, but some of the lines in this movie are hilarious. One of the sisters is a singer, and like her sister Deidre, who is the queer sister, she calls her Erica Ba Don't. Like, just a lot of funny lines. The one of the non-queer sisters is dating this guy who's like a stereotype vegan. Just a lot of like comedy within this movie, including loving moments and like I said, great representation here. What can I say? I'm a sucker for hot married lesbian couples, and this is a hot married lesbian couple. It made me feel good when I watched it, and I think that's an element too to a lot of these Christmas movies that I think a lot of us are looking for is I'm not trying to get all serious here, Rosie, I'm going to do another lesbian towards the end of the stream, I promise. But on a little bit more serious note for a lot of us, myself included, holidays can be rough. Like, I'm estranged from my parents and I have great relationships with, my cousin, with my some of my cousins, with my sister, but everything ain't perfect. And so I want to feel good when I watch a queer Christmas movie. I don't mind some, darkness. We all recognize that's in Carol, and it makes it part of a great movie. And I don't mind like serious plot lines, but I want to feel good by the end of the movie. I don't say it has to all work out perfect, but again, I want to I want like happiness. I want like what we all want in all of our, killing off the gays is something since Killing Eve finale this year that has been a consistent topic in the queer community. And obviously that's not going to happen in a Christmas movie, but beyond just let us live is like, give us a happy ending the way we do for most straight couples in straight Christmas movies. And yes, Rosie, I do have my red hat on for Christmas. I am decked out in red and white because I can't wear green because of the green screen, but I am definitely going full blown on the holiday spirit. So I can't say enough about the Christmas lottery. I really like this from a standpoint of just a fun, happy, very like comedic lesbian Christmas movie. And there's love storylines with both of the other two sisters too, but I felt like really the lesbian storyline was the strongest storyline that got the most screen time. So I appreciated that. And I was like, yeah, BET, like give us more of these awesome, Christmas movies that feature queer couples. Give us these happy, awesome queer couples. I'm loving it. So Christmas lottery. Let's get to our next, where we are getting closer to the top of the list. So I'm thinking at the very top of the list, a lot of you will have watched these movies. Yes, patron Lori agreed. Christmas movies are rom-coms and they should feel happy. So, next movie on the list will absolutely meet those expectations with flying colors, Under the Christmas Tree. This one came out last year, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was last year because I reviewed it last year. As you can see, I don't know if you can see in this movie poster, Ricky Lake is on the left. I I do love that Ricky Lake is in this movie. I feel like Under the Christmas Tree, which is I think it's Hallmark, right? Let me just double check. Where let's see. Under Oh, it's Lifetime. Sorry. Under the Christmas Tree Lifetime. So, I don't know if you have to watch via Lifetime. I don't have a Lifetime subscription. I think you can also watch on Hulu. That's what it's telling me. I watched this last year. I feel like Under the Christmas Tree is it's like eating fudge on Christmas morning for breakfast. It is a feel good flick. Did I mention Ricky Lake is in it? Um I don't know why I just have this like love for Ricky Lake. The plot of the movie follows couple of women, one of whom has come into town for I think she's like a reporter, and the other lives in town and helps run her family's business, which is some sort of a Christmas themed business, and like all sorts of amazing scenes ensue, like revolving around this small town and the traditions that take place in the small town. I really enjoyed the yeast plot line with one of the side characters where he's like really obsessed with baking bread, and he's always like carrying around his yeast. That has to do with Ricky Lake's character, who in the movie I believe is a famous baker and owns a delicious bake shop. Under the Christmas Tree, I can't recommend it enough for the oh, Mindy has watched it 3 times. Yeah, I think I've seen it twice, but this will be my third. I will for sure be watching this again this year because I can't even now that I'm trying to think of all the fun moments, like I got to watch it again so I can remember all these fun moments. Yes, Rosie, definitely check out Under the Christmas Tree. I would highly recommend it. Again, this is not Carol. This is not even Happiest Season. It is its own thing. It's got the Lifetime logo on it. I wouldn't say it's. I actually think it's a step above a typical Lifetime movie. I think the script is probably better, and I'm definitely giving it more points because it's so gay. But I really enjoy Under the Christmas Tree. I am super stoked to watch it again. Yes, very cute movie, Lori. So, also, anybody in the comments, if you think I have left out a movie, feel free to shout that. I know I'm not to the end of the list yet, but we are getting close. So, and I do, who did I thought somebody saw? Let's see. I'm trying to look through the comments. Somebody had suggested something too. Mary and Gay, Virginia suggested it. That comes out today. Oh, interesting. Let's look up Mary and Gay right now. Broadway star Becca comes home to her small town. Isn't that the plot to like half of these movies? They come home to their small town. I guess we have enough like New York City Christmas movies, don't we? She starts to fall back in love with her high school sweetheart, Sam, with the help of 2 meddling moms. Wait, that sounds really fun. Meddling moms, like hooking up to ladies. That sounds amazing. Okay, so the only question I have is where. Let me see if I can show you guys this so that you know what it looks like. Let me do. So, Mary and Gay, and where can we watch it? So far, I'm not sure where. This is the cast list. So, I'm going to have to research where we'll be able to find Merry and Gay. But thank you so much, Virginia, for that shout out. I am going to be looking that one up. So, and I'm hoping there's at least a few more because yeah, I want to review some more Christmas movies this month. Although we have a lot, I have a lot of content I'm covering right now, which is a blessing, of course. Back to the list, we have officially, now remember there's honorable mentions, but we have officially reached the top of the list. I think I'm going to get a little bit of like backlash on this. I don't know, not real backlash, but like inside this live backlash maybe. Let's just do it. Let's do, here we go. Number one is Happiest Season. This is my number one movie. The reason I thought some of you might disagree is because it is a toxic relationship. You know, the relationship between the two leads is woo. Just woo. I'm going to go ahead and add another poll about. Oh, so a little bit less people didn't think Carol should be at the top of the list. I'm curious about what your thoughts are on Happiest Season. So I'm going to put, is Happiest Season too high or too low on the list? Okay. And then, well, it can't be too low. It's the top. Is it too high? And then, is it just right? So I'm curious how many of you are on the Happiest Season bandwagon. Here's the thing about Happiest Season. I said I wasn't going to factor in quality, and then I put Happiest Season at the top of my list, right? A movie probably with the least likable leading couple in this whole ranking of lesbian Christmas movies that I've done. Now, obviously, K-Stu's character should have ended up with Aubrey Plaza's character, right? I don't know if I've met anybody that didn't think K-Stu's character should have just gone off in the sunset with Aubrey Plaza's character. But that being said, this is such a well-made movie. And I would watch it again. Even though I hate the ending, I would watch it again and again and over, probably at as much for Dan Levy or Levy. I never know if it's Levy or Levy. Probably as much for him as for anything else in the movie. But we get so many classic scenes, classic hot scenes of K-Stu just walking in, just like, I don't know if she's actually biting her lip, but giving us the I'm biting my lip vibes. So many funny moments from, Jane, who played by Mary Holland. It's just a great ensemble movie that is led by this lesbian couple where the lesbian couple is the center of the movie. Of course, written by Clea Duvall, just classic, amazing, actor and writer herself. And Mary Holland also helped write the screenplay. I feel like, Abby and Harper are not a great Christmas couple. They're a terrible Christmas couple. And the fact that I still put this at the top of my list, that tells you what this movie is bringing. That tells you what this movie is giving. Okay, I'm feeling the comments. You guys are not excoriating me. A lot of you do have Happiest Season number one too. So I'm not crazy. Or if I'm crazy, y'all are crazy too. Okay, we're a bunch of crazy lesbians. No, we're sane, right? This movie is a really great movie. In fact, I don't know if I watched it again last year. No, I must have watched it again last year. But I'm even talking about this movie. Some of the movies on the list, when I was talking about them, I was like, oh yeah, I'll have to remind myself to rewatch those movies. I'm not gonna have to remind myself to rewatch Happiest Season. I already wanna be watching it right now. Like, if I could watch Happiest Season live with you all and and YouTube wouldn't, like, set my whole studio on fire because of copyright, I would watch the movie live right now. It's so good. It's so relatable. The acting, the one thing that some of these now, a lot of the movies I discussed on this list today, the acting is like hit or miss. Even Amanda Rigetti in Christmas at the Ranch. You know, some of her scenes are great. Some of them, probably because of the script, not so great. Happiest Season, you're not distracted. You're not, you're just so invested and you're just so like, oh my God. Like, are you serious? You're like, is Harper serious? Is she really gonna do Abby that way? You know, you're really like Tipper, or sorry, not Tipper. Who does Aubrey Plaza play? Riley. Riley's not a significant character. She's like but still, how many of us are in love with Riley? Like, I'm in love with Riley. Don't tell my wife. So I cannot gush enough. Hey, patron Lori, thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate it. Set up a Zoom. You know what, Stephanie? Hey, shout out Stephanie. You know what? Another patron in the chat. Thank you so much. Setting up a Zoom. That is a good idea. If I could get a Zoom going, we could all do something like that where we watched something together and we wouldn't have to worry about copyright strikes. So that's a really good idea. And I'm going to look into that. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah. So Love Classified. Let me look at Love Classified. Lori was asking about that. This is, I don't think, is it a Christmas movie? Because I did watch Love Classified. I can't remember if it's a Christmas movie or not. I remember watching this movie. Romance novelist Amelia returns home after a long absence to reconnect with her children. How come I can't, like, I reviewed this movie. I'm pretty sure there's a review of this movie on my channel. How come I cannot remember? How come I cannot remember, like, whether Love Classified is a Christmas movie or not? Oh, it does seem like it's set around the holidays. If it is, if Love Classified is a Christmas movie, then I am in trouble for leaving it off this list. I'm like, what? Let me see. Let me show you all what I'm watching here. Let me see. I'm looking at this like video IMDb is showing. I don't know. It doesn't have Christmas stuff in the movie. So that is, how funny is it that I watched this movie and I cannot remember if it's a Christmas movie or not? Okay. That's what I'm going to have to answer after I get off the live stream and I do some digging, because my initial Googling has not answered the question. Okay. Let's see. Dawsmith is saying that Harper and Abby did not annoy her. You just think they needed more backstory. Well, the problem with giving us more backstory is then it's not as much, there's not as much time to explore the ensemble aspect of the movie. Like, they kind of, what do we get? Like 10 minutes at the beginning of Happiest Season where they give us the backstory. Even then, I remembered feeling at the beginning of the movie, I don't know, I felt like a little uneasy for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's okay for you to root for Harper and Abby. Hey, no judgment here. We all go through some stuff as couples often. And who's anyone to judge? I do think that in the movie, though, if I'm Abby, I ain't making that choice. I'm not staying with Harper. Like, okay, I do. Okay, now let's see. Interesting point, Becky, that some movies aren't classified as holiday movies, even though they like kind of are. Like, a lot of the lists had Rent. And I was like, is Rent a holiday? Yeah, there's like lots of Christmas. Should I put Rent on the, so it's kind of technical, how to find movies and how they make these lists. I still can't believe I can't remember how whether Love Classified is a holiday movie or not. Rosie hasn't heard of Love Classified. It's a great movie. It's okay. Great movie. it's it's worth watching. Love Classified is a movie worth watching, and it's a Hallmark or a Lifetime movie, so you know what you're gonna get there. But uh, whoever the woman who plays the lead, I love her from The Office. I'm losing my mind. I'm forgetting her name, but okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna put up a poll. And the poll was about Happiest Season. Since this is at the top of the list, this is my favorite lesbian Christmas movie, lesbian holiday movie. I do want to see if I am the only one who thinks that um, Happy and Harper are a little toxic for each other. So let's see. And Harper from Happiest Season. So, and let me add another option for if you are kind of like meh on them. I'm curious what everybody thinks of the leading couple from Happiest Season. We're trying to decide toxicity level here. I kind of thought it was like a given that everyone knew how toxic they were, but go answer the poll. I'm curious what you all think. Let's get into our honorable mentions now that we have sufficiently praised Happiest Season. Let's go with our first honorable mention. And this is a movie I have not been able to watch because it seems like it's impossible to watch, the Syed family Xmas Eve game night. And the plot to this looked very interesting. The Syed family Xmas Eve game night is about a queer Muslim woman, Noor, who brings her new Puerto Rican girlfriend to her family holiday festivities for the first time, which happen to be on Christmas Eve. It's been entered into a lot of festivals. If anyone in the chat knows how to watch it, let us know. Otherwise, I think we're going to have to wait probably a while for this movie to be available on a different platform. I feel like a lot of good independent films, they come out, they put them in the festivals, and then it's like, how do we watch these movies? I don't know. They probably made it to win some festival awards, not to go on some like small platform to be watched by a few thousand people. So yeah, this falls under that issue where, but I wanted to mention it because I thought it was a really fun plot line, and I thought it was really great representation, and I would love to watch this if I'm ever able to get my hands on it. Next honorable mention, Let It Snow. This is available on Netflix. This is another movie I have not gotten to check out, but I had it on my list of movies to review this year if I, hadn't been suggested Mary and Gay by Virginia, or maybe if I couldn't find any other new movies to review. So it's supposed to have a fairly intriguing lesbian subplot. And, if they get enough screen time, like I said, I will definitely be reviewing Let It Snow. Let's go again to our last honorable mention. This is a movie called City of Trees. The movie follows Ainsley, who is a 20-something woman that returns to her small hometown for the holidays. Another returning to their small hometown for the holidays movie, which I've already said is a unbeatable formula for Christmas movies. Ainsley returns only to realize that she still has feelings for an old classmate who happened to be the popular girl in school. I feel like more and more queer women characters we're seeing are like, oh, the popular girl. For instance, that reminds me of Leighton in Sex Lives of College Girls, which is in its second season now. And it's an interesting character choice because if you see a Cher from Clueless looking, high femme who is super popular, you might not assume that they are gay or queer. And so I think that choices like those are interesting choices. The rumblings online are that Let It Snow, or sorry, that City of Trees, this movie, is very underrated. So City of Trees. Another problem with this movie is like, how do you watch it? Uh, I I know there's like a trailer on YouTube. Um, I'm not sure, and they do have a website. A lot of these independent films have websites, but then when you go to the website, it just talks about all the awards they've won. But actually, I'm looking. Let me see. Let me show you all what I'm doing here. Let me do this. This is the website for City of Trees. Oh my god, I think this is a different movie. Sorry. See, this is the movie. I was just like, okay, this is not the same movie. All right, let's do again. This is why some of these movies I think that was just about real trees. I tried. I really did. That's another one I'm not sure you would be able to find, but I since I saw so like multiple reviews that said it was an underrated queer holiday movie, like get these movies available for us to watch, like woohoo, they won awards, but like let the people see the art. That's how I feel. So that is the list. Like I said, the list is in the description. We went over 7 movies that I ranked, and hopefully there were some in there that you have not gotten a chance to see. Surely some of them you have already, but they are all movies that I would watch again. New York Christmas Wedding. Like I said, that would be the last one that I would watch again, but it is so crazy and weird, and it's like Netflix put this out there last year or a few years ago, and I don't think that we have to watch every queer holiday movie, but I sometimes feel like that, like that's how I operate. And so it's on the list. Uh, all the other movies definitely rewatchable. Definitely check them out. They after I end the live, I'm gonna try to find a link for all of the movies. Right now, they're just in a list in the description. I'm gonna try to find some sort of a link to where you can watch all of the movies. That way, you can just easily go find whichever ones you found interesting and check them out for yourself. So let me look at the poll. I am curious. Oh, wow. Okay, this is like everybody loves Harper and Abby. I thought everybody was team Riley and Abby. I am being taught today. Okay. The chat has decided that only 43% of the chat, isn't it funny that I think that's low? Only almost half thought that they are toxic. 43% love them, Harper and Abby from Happiest Season, and 14% meh. So that is kind of surprising. Very surprising for me. I thought everyone kind of had that. You know how sometimes you can just assume? Sometimes I think, oh, if I have the same opinion as Ro, that's like what all lesbians think. That's not how that works at all. But I do want to say shout out to Rosie Lesbian. That was for you. Shout out to everyone who stopped by. Thank you so much. Thanks for the super, Lori. Thanks for being so fun and taking the polls. Also, let me know, like I said, let me know any Christmas holiday movies you hear of. Comment on a video or send me a message on social media, on Twitter or something, because I'm always looking for fun lesbian holiday movies. I will say almost all the movies on my list are Christmas movies. I literally named this video Christmas movies. I do wish that I would love to see like a queer, Jewish holiday, a Hanukkah movie. I think that would be really cool. And even though I'm not part of that faith, I think it would be fun to watch, and it would be nice to like learn a little bit about that faith and to see that represented as well. So, and then of course, lots of other things that could be celebrated around the holidays too. So I hope we continue to get more lesbian holiday movies, more lesbian Christmas movies. And I am assuming that eventually we'll get to a point where a list like this is not so hard to make. And it's not so much me saying like, oh, this is great, like so, kind of spotty acting, but it's like, the list will be a little bit higher quality. Until then, I am so thankful for all of the movies that we do have. So, what's cooking, Smith? You know what? I feel like I saw that. Is that like a 90s movie? Yes, it's 2000. Sorry, not it's almost 90s. What's Cooking? This is another movie that I did see some, but I've never watched myself. So let me go ahead and see. 4 families in LA of different ethnicity gather together for this is a Thanksgiving movie. But it does look interesting. And I'm assuming there's like a queer couple or a queer child, maybe. A lot of these movies will have. I definitely want to check this one out, though. What's Cooking? Thank you for that recommendation. Okay. Thanks for having my back on Riley and Abby, Genevieve. Let me go ahead, and we are getting close to ending the live. I am going to be working my butt off this weekend trying to get a L Word Gen Q Season 3, Episode 3 reaction video out as soon as possible. And of course, I will be recapping that over on Lescast. Lescast has a whole other channel, so check that out if you aren't subscribed there. Shout out to all the patrons. Shout out patron Lori. Shout out to patron Stephanie. Shout out to everyone who stopped by and enjoyed this live. I really had a lot of fun. And also a special thanks, Lori and Rosie. You two asking me to do this is basically what made me do it. And so this was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I got on her and was able to get this list out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to do this list again next year and to make it a more robust and bigger list. So that's my goal for next Christmas. All right, everyone. I am wishing you a fabulous rest of the day. I am going to probably go hang out with my wife, Ro, and maybe we will watch one of these movies I just discussed. So everybody have a great rest of the day.